honestly, for some confidence back, it was such a hard loss at the very end of it all against Unicorns of Love. No flashes on either top lane or still the mid lane matchup. It's been Nukeduck trying to hold top. Oh! Hello, Shatter Orb. That's first blood. Goodbye, Febivin. And now Yanko's tagging in up top. Otawamne was fainting on that one, but Joko is soon to arrive. He wants to go all the way in. Look for the duress. Flashes, dashes. There it goes. 2 quick kills for Vitality. Can they make it 3? Cabo Shard calls the Meek and gets himself another.
Well, we talked about how the top half of the map in the early game should belong to Vitality. Because Febivin misreads the trade.
Yeah. Well, and this is the thing about Nukeduck, right? Like, oh, we'll get to that in a minute because Cabo Shard's getting dropped on by Nuclear. Che, Otawamne all under this tower. Che's gonna swallow up the Fiora. They are trying to tank the aggro. Even Yankos join the fray and they get the croc, but it was a huge investment for them. 1,000 and some change, and that could easily get a little farther as they ping on to Otawamne if Joko decides to head that way soon.
For some of the damage reduction, a little bit of the extra attack speed and all of that. But this is about getting into lane.
Okay, Joko, tongue right on there, slows him up for just a second, and Yankos is going to help Febivin finish the job, so H2K collapsing.
So you also are a little bit easier to kill without some of the extra points in damage reduction. But Steelback trying to get away.
Flash followed through. Feathers fly for Nuclear, and now they swallow up Steelback, and Otawamne gets the kill. The H2K gang squad has arrived. And I don't know how he feels about that.
Probably fine at this point because he recognizes his team's ahead. Why did Nukeduck stay?
Yeah, Nukeduck, he has to burn his flash, and now Nuclear's going all in. They get the root, and Nuclear with the finishing move grabs himself a kill. Nukeduck got
for any kind of counter engage, but meanwhile, Otawamne already winning the side lane. This is the same thing again.
Flashes through. This time, though, Che was a little bit farther behind, but it doesn't really matter as H2K are still on the front side. You could see the Xayah took out the tower in the mid. Now Joko gets riposted. In goes Yankos. Infinite duress. I'm not sure that's the move you wanted, buddy, as he gets swallowed up by Che, who flashed forward, spits him right back on out into the waiting arms of Yankos, who picks up that kill. 20 minutes on the board.
I think game, as well as the 1v1 from Nukeduck, please do the other day, at the beginning of Thursday's show. There are so many fights that Vitality are outnumbered that they just never end up being able to do damage.
But they might be able to get the numbers this time around. Oh, unless Joko goes down, and he does to start things off. Che tanks up the rest of Vitality as Nukeduck gets in around the backside to try and finish the job onto Nuclear, who gets swallowed up by Che. Cabo Shard, meanwhile, trying to 1v1 out against Otawamne, but the croc is gonna get rocked! Febivin with the finisher! And the ace in the hole goes straight into Febivin's health bar, but that's not going to be enough. Too quickly. That they do, but Joko is back up if he can get there in time. No Vitality can peel him off. Yes, you are correct. Baron has not always been H2K's friend, but will that change right here, right now? The Baron is smited away, and Nukeduck cannot get the finishing kill onto anybody, and he's forced to burn flash into enemy territory just to get out alive.
Yeah. Look at where Che is. Che's ult is coming through.
All right, Nukeduck, I got to give him credit for trying over and over again, but he is always on the wrong side of the map at this point.
Che cancelled his ult because he knew he could just run after Nukeduck and find it.
This will not end well.
One auto is all that Febivin needs.
Keeps on going. Whoa, he wanted to flash for that one. I thought we were going to be in for a long chase.
Yeah, I thought we were in for a chase. I'm like, I'm just going to watch how this plays out.
Not today, says Febivin. I mean, he's 3-1-2 at this point, so despite the fact that he was getting bullied in lane, it hasn't mattered much, and that is a big amount of gray health as Che unfortunately fails his flash over the wall, but Nuclear does not, followed through by Cabo Shard. Just like that, they got 2 kills.
Yeah, Vitality fire back, catching out H2K.
Finish off the second-tier tower. Otawamne is going to have better luck up top. It's the 4-1 for H2K.
Che's ult is back available again.
Oh, he gets the knock-up, and now they've chosen Yankos and finish him off. It's Nukeduck finally breaking out of the game with the kill right here. Ace the hole going to land onto Che to really kind of keep that at bay.
So is Nukeduck, but Nukeduck has no flash right now, so he has to kind of run away from this fight quick. Vitality going to try and box in H2K in the jungle, but remember, Otawamne's not too far away.
Yeah, Joko's going in, but the rest of H2K, they're kind of holding the line right now, but in comes Cabo Shard. Yankos, he's trying to get out of there, and meanwhile, the rest of the team has arrived to Steelback. Will clean up the jungler. Nukeduck coming in around the backside, manages to get an explosion onto Nuclear, but Febivin picks up Steelback. It is a bloodbath, and the smoke clears 2 for 2. It is just massive, and now the inhibitor down to half its health. Joko, Vander, Nuke Duck all trying desperately to defend, but it will be all for naught.
Out of H2K for the last couple of minutes. Still heavily ahead. Shay wants to go aggressive, taking Nuclear with him this time. Oh, that's actually right into the backfire.
Oh boy, Nuclear, can he stay alive? He gets charmed up for just a second, but they are going to try to keep turning it. The Shockwave will pull in many, but they have lost their AD carry. A pair of redemptions come down. I don't know if anyone's going to be redeemed after this one, but H2K got enough in the tank, and that Fiora's running wild. Febiven's helping out as well, and it's a last man standing Nuke Duck as H2K look to close this out.
Shay just delivered Nuke Duck as a sacrificial lamb to Vitality to win game one.
Well, I suppose Nuclear might have been the one going down, the odd man out, as you would say, but Oda Wamne is certainly making these odds pretty darn even, as the Nexus is going to fall, and 34 minutes in, H2K are going to take a 1-0 lead in the series.
We've seen near globally, at least in the LCK, NA LCS, and EU LCS, when you look at the champions played, Ryze is only now seeing his second game to make sure that H2K aren't making a play onto his red buff to start this game. But
oh boy,
Nuke Duck,
out of the bushes, Nuke Duck is finding out the hard way. You can't face check into that jungle. First blood for Febiven.
Oh, that's a rough one.
Now the tables are definitely turning.
Vander heading towards mid lane on this Galio. They know if Febiven plays into the lane, they might be able to get him.
Shielded Durand, gets the taunt off. Nuke Duck a little low though. However, Vander, he goes, tries to get the punch off, interrupted, rooted down, and not enough damage to finish the job by either party.
But it does mean
Both junglers hanging around. You can see how they did last game, but now both want to be in the lane with
Wolf's
Febiven.
on a leash.
Oh boy, and in comes Jankos, try and splats him. Here he goes as he flashes forward and tastes his fear.
That they can clear the way from underneath Odoame. Really, Odoame is not going to give him too much trouble, unlike the mid lane.
Oh yeah, and Febiven is never going to be alone. However, it's Odoamne's ult getting interrupted, and Febiven might have bit off more than he could chew here. Flashing forward, and Nuke Duck with the outplay.
Oh, Febiven maybe didn't quite have the Q available for himself.
Shots, and Jankos is looking to come down to the bottom to clean up. Let's see if he's able to do it. Vander knows.
Oh, Shen ult
and
is
they're gonna
up.
bring Odoamne. In comes the Hero's Entrance right on top of where he was. They get the knockup. In goes Joko, and the fight's gone hectic. But Jankos picks up Vander. Big barrel comes out from Cabochard to try and knock and bop them all away. But it is one kill picked up, and Odoamne might be left for dead here.
For Nuke Duck.
Joko, it's Cabochard gonna be able to do it 1-for-1.
Vitality on the back end of that trade actually managed to even the score, and they did lose their top tower in that exchange eventually. Joko lining it up.
Wings gets the infinite duress off onto Jankos. However, stops up by Che, and now Joko is able to say, that's just fine, I'll kill you too.
This H2K attempt
Moves in mass to try and finish this off, but it's going to be spotted out by H2K. Can Jankos get in for the steal? Does not have the sight on it, but he'll go over the wall all the same, can't secure it. And now he gets bopped up by the barrel, forced to flash away, and Steelback trying to kite from Febiven as Che is right in the thick of it. In comes Odoamne onto the taunt, finishes the kill. Hero's Entrance just comes a smidgen too late, and Odoamne and the rest of H2K are looking to clean up.
Wow, that actually ended up being better. Nuke Duck, I thought perhaps they'd taken his teammates into unfamiliar territory, but he actually manages to get them out there. Vander and Nuke Duck will be able to recall out. Joko,
Not so lucky.
yeah, it's not going to be able to get the execute, but that all started from Vitality trying to rush down the dragon. It's actually Nuke Duck that ended up picking it up.
Okay, well, that's all happening. H2K are going to go ahead and finish off the final turret in the mid, or the turret in the mid, I should say, as Jankos gets himself a third kill of the game. King of the jungle, indeed. All right. Oh, hello. Nice bop in there. They're going to combo right on top of Nuclear to get the kill off, and Febiven, he could be in trouble as well.
For damage necessarily in the late game would be relying on. So they need to win a couple of fights here.
Well, they're starting off on one, peel away from the Rift Herald in the final seconds, ticking down from him, and Vander's the one who's going to get popped by Febiven. Now Nuke Duck caught up in the action. It's a three-man bop from Cabochard, but way too late as Jankos gets jumped on by Joko in the back. Shay looking to be fired down as well, but all of a sudden his teammates are all gone, and Joko finds out the hard way that sometimes you got to defend those carries. This is a 4-for-1 trade.
Gone to the Warwick as the last focus in the fight.
Back to the main screen right now. It's Nuke Duck being fired down by Odoamne, but Vander has joined on in. Shield up Durand to get the taunt off, but Jankos is unperturbed as he goes in to taste the fear of the Rise. Does he have the finisher? Oh, he's actually gotten second thoughts about this one as Vander and Steelback come back around for him, and now Jankos is in a pickle. But he's got Shen at his back. Odoamne coming in, stand united as Nuke Duck tries to turn back around. The fights just don't seem to be stopping right about now as Joko nearly gets Jankos. However, it's going to be Febiven that finishes the job onto Cabochard, and Steelback all caught out by himself. Febvin looking to go in to get a few more picks.
Introduction going on. Cabochard ends up dying eventually.
And back to life. Okay, Nuke he's going to get stopped up. CC chain for days as Nuclear fires the arrows with the fury of the North. Taking out one, taking out two, getting himself a third. The triple as he just stops for a farm looking for more kills. Vander now under fire, and he is going nowhere, and Yanko steals that kill away.
It was never going to be a penta because Cabo's on the top side. If just about tick over into that 5-digit lead.
All right, well, Febvin's playing around with Cabochard up on the top. The barrel knocks him sideways out of tower range. It doesn't matter, though. It's all distraction while the Baron's going down. It's smited away, and Febvin even just tanks up a tower shot. Doesn't need to care as they finally will able to finish off this tower up top. 23.5 minutes into the game. They're
A lot ways back into this game for H2K. They try for Vitality. H2K having a full advantage. They have themselves a banner of command. For Che, they're going to try again. Same play, is it?
All right, let's see if they can do it. Anything. It looks like the answer is no. Before Vander even hits the ground, Nuke is dropped 6 feet under it, and Vander is going to have no friends there. Another double kill coming out for Nuclear, and this is going to be an arrow. Is still up.
Where is it?
25
this
minutes.
Is like
they want to finish this
territory.
game. All right, well, Nuclear has definitely stood out, but the rest of the team is doing great. The arrows flashed at the last second, but it is going to be way too late to get the flash back on this game. It looks like H2K is easily going to be able to clean up, although Febvin does fall at the back. That's a big shutdown going over to Joko, but is there any more damage left in the tank? Last Nexus turret's going down, and all they have to do is turn and kill the Nexus. Yanko's Cabochard, he's got some damage as well, but they just keep on turning for it. It's a hectic finish, but right at the end, H2K have done it to close out the series.